Do you think Arizona is a battleground state and that the Latino vote here will make a difference in which way Arizona goes?
I don't see it in this election. I see it maybe 4 years down the road or 8 years down the road. I don't see it now. But I do see this. You know, I feel that a lot of the Latino Democrats, with all, in all deference, are Republicans, only they don't know it yet, to paraphrase Ronald Reagan. But yeah, that's my view. But it's up to my party to get our message out to the Latino communities who we are. And my party has been timid about that. Okay, but since I've been chairman, this has been one of my main projects, and I understand this. We have a long way to go, but if we are able to convey our message clearly to the Latino community, I think you'll see a change in the landscape.
Luis, is it realistic to think that Arizona will go Democratic in the Senate race and that Sheriff Arpaio will be defeated?
We have great candidates, number one. I think the reason why we are considered this purple category, and it's a very unique, I mean, I hope we surprise a lot of people in the country, but I still believe they're tough races. We need to get out and vote. I mean, we need to engage every neighborhood, knock on every door, and do the things that get out the vote. But I really believe we will surprise the country in electing Rich Carmona. His position, his style is what this state needs. And quite frankly, the election of Paul Pinzon to the sheriff's race you could see the headlines. I mean, president reelected. I mean, the Democrats take charge of Congress or whatever chamber, but the next third national headline will be Sheriff Joe defeated in Maricopa County.
And Tom, I take it you disagree with that assessment, but do you think it'll be close?
Absolutely. I've just seen the latest polls for Sheriff Joe, and he's up by 16 points.
And don't you think, though, that he's one of your biggest problems in this state in terms of appealing to the Latino voters?
No, I don't. Sheriff Joe, what he does is he enforces the law. He doesn't make the law. He doesn't write policy. And I know he's been made a whipping boy.
But can the Republican Party have any credibility in the state of Arizona defending Sheriff Joe Arpaio? And I mean credibility with the Latino community.
I believe that we can if everything's laid on the table, if we look at it in an unbiased view. I'm a retired federal law enforcement officer. I know the sheriff when I was working in the Marshal Service, U.S. Marshal Service. I understand the problems that he faces coming from a law enforcement perspective. But I've got to tell you, I mean, he has been made a whipping boy because he enforces the law. I mean,
Luis, I know you want to say something, but this will be the last word because we're almost out of time.
Well, I mean, it's not only, I think independents and Latinos will also will look at his record of gross mismanagement, lawsuits after lawsuits, and independent voters are going to provide the test that even Sheriff Joe Arpaio, with all the millions of dollars he has to defend himself, with lies, basically, but he has shown a record of gross mismanagement that I think the general voter will understand, and that's what's actually going to propel an election of Paul Pinzon. I mean, this race is still up in the air, but you have to understand that Sheriff Joe has actually had to spend $4 million throughout with tactics trying to fundraise, the birther issue, some other national things, but his record of gross mismanagement are key issues, and I think independent voters are actually paying attention this time, and we finally have a shot.
And on that note, we're going to have to end our interview. Gentlemen, thank you both for joining us on Horizonte.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luis.
To find out more information about what's on Horizonte, go to AZGOP.